I have props, and it's going to be a little bit useless because you're not going to be able to see anything through the camera, and I can't see anything like in person here. But here's the deal. So this is my Scruggs, and liked it a lot. Played with it from the day I got it until I got to Southwest, basically. And I have been told that this is not an ivory ferrule. I kind of thought it might be because it's a Tim Scruggs, and I didn't know anything about Tim Scruggs except Custom Q. I thought that might be an ivory ferrule, but the guy that owns the local, pool supply store and local expert, he basically took one look at it and said, "No, it's not ivory." Okay, fine, whatever. Uh, all my other Qs, they all have, I'm guessing, the same stuff. Micarta or something, maybe something like that. Not ivory. This is my Southwest. This is an ivory ferrule. I can't see the difference. Maybe when I was younger, I could detect maybe just a little bit of really, really light colored swirls where it wasn't a completely uniform color. But I can't see that anymore. I can't tell the difference. Um, Meanwhile, the guy that owns a local pool supply store, local billiard expert, let's go and look and said, "Well, by golly, yeah, that is ivory." And so is the ferrule on the other shaft. I guess Southwest did some ivory, does some not, whatever, I don't know. But this is my first ever ivory ferrule. And I thought it would be different, more different than it is from the stuff I'm used to. And that's not the case. I'm going to put this up. That's not the case. Now, what I've been told about ivory ferrules is that they're more susceptible to like cracking, like from the heat. Like if I left a Q in a car or something like that. As if I would ever do that. Even with my cheap ass shit, I don't do that. They're more susceptible to cracking from the heat. They're a little bit heavier, I guess denser than that fake ivory. And also that they don't, I think this might have been just like a rumor or something, I read a rumor or whatever, that they don't get dirty as easily as the other stuff from chalk dust. So I kind of interpreted a little bit heavier in the ferrule, a little bit denser, as possibly being more squirt. Unfortunately, I do not have two identical shafts, one with an ivory ferrule and one with a fake ivory ferrule. So I can't do that type of comparison. All I can really do is compare this Q to, all of my other ones. And it's about the same. I think it squirts a little bit more than my Scruggs. I think it squirts a little bit less than my Carmelis, a little bit less than my Peach Hours. But it's definitely a stock shaft, and it's definitely not a low deflection type of a shaft. But there's nothing like, oh my gosh, this ferrule's heavy, it really making it squirt bad. I'm not noticing anything at all like that. It's just a cue I have to get used to because the characteristics, especially of the squirt, are a little bit different than what I'm used to. All right, so to be expected. I think I can also pretty much confirm the rumors that I've heard is that this ferrule is not getting dirty like my other ones do. My other ferrules, it seems like I'm always having to lick my thumb and wipe off the chalk because I don't like a dirty ferrule. And I don't have to do that with this guy. Now, sure, it's not, you couldn't eat off this, but I would absolutely call this a clean ferrule. And I guess that's because the density or something just makes it go like that. I don't have really anything else to report on as far as ivory goes that's different and unique to ivory, anything like that. So far in my experience, the only thing that's unique to ivory and different is that this doesn't seem to get as dirty as my other ferrules. Okay, great. That's a good thing, right? And then the other thing is the heat thing, cracking from the heat if you leave it in the car. And I'm never going to find that out because I'm never going to leave the cue in the car. I guess if my house catches on fire and I rush down here and I grab a couple cues just to get them to safety, and it's 200 degrees in the basement meanwhile, and I get out there and I look, and maybe some of my other ferrules won't have cracked and this one will have, then maybe I can confirm that rumor. I don't want to take it that far. I think I just want to say, okay, fine. Pretend that these things don't like heat or really cold. Pretend you have to kind of treat them like a living creature or another person. Not too hot, not too cold, and you'll be fine. And that's pretty much what I do with all my cues anyway. I always felt like in heat, like glue could soften and stuff like that. So you might have a tip more liable to pop off, or I guess in extreme cases you might have some laminates or something that start to get goofy on you. So if I go into work, back in the olden days, see, we used to have to go into an office and work, at least I used to. And then they had this global pandemic. You might have heard about it. It was in all the papers. And they sent all of us home to work from home. And that was a year and a half ago. And I don't expect us to have to go back into an office. So, in fact, we're not even paying rent on that particular area anymore, on that floor. So that's cool. Anyway, when I used to have to go to an office, and I was taking my cue with me because I knew I was going to go play right after work, I carried my case into the office. And of course everybody go, oh, you got a gun. No, I don't have a fucking gun. I have a cue case. It was funny the first 50 times, but now it's not funny anymore. Anyway, I never said this was going to be an exciting video or even an interesting video. But I don't have anything else to say about the ivory. It looks to me like it's staying cleaner, better than the other stuff. Anything else is just stuff that I've read and can't really confirm. I would imagine a low deflection shaft, like if I had one of my Jacoby shafts, and I went and I put an ivory ferrule on that, or had someone else do it, then I would probably notice that it was squirting a lot more. But because this shaft was going to be a stock shaft, whether it had an ivory ferrule or not, I don't know if it makes that much difference. I don't know if it's making any difference, to be frank. So that's it for this silly ass stupid video. All right, there.